as we start our meeting of Healing with Love, number 7. And let's see what's in store. But Dita, you were just about to say something. I was really interested what was kind of emerging there. So do you want to say about that?
Yeah, yesterday, like in the Supermind session,
Yeah.
I did something, my obvious delay and procrastination and reluctance actually to do
about the business
marketing of what I really enjoy doing, and like the training that I do. And that was what we did. What I did was about the audience or the clients that I want to work with, somehow contact them.
Yeah.
But then today emerged something else from a post that Sylvia made on Facebook. And that brought me back to something that happened 17 years ago. And that is like something in me that still wants to hide. And yeah, and with at that time at least a reason.
There was a reason at the time, yeah.
And I'm now again in the same town where I was living then, when my career of that time ended, which was not was very dramatic. And yeah, there's a little pain still there.
So that's still there, yeah. But then that's good to find it and kind of now have a connection with it that we can, you know, bring attention in the right way to it now. So that's interesting now. So if we can evolve that, maybe that can start to set you free a bit more about your the work that you want to do as well.
Yeah, like what we are doing is like best to do it with fun, you know? And if you like, I'm still having some not wanting to expose myself because of that time.
Yeah. So, well, that's it's good to identify, and you know, maybe we can do something about that tonight. Let's see what we can do about that.
Yeah, guilt and shame and stuff from that time. So
it feels still
like guilt also found like where it was like me being the reason or the aspects of the time. And, not only the other party, but some reason why I want to hide.
Yeah. So, okay, well, let's see if we can do something about that this evening. And Rosette, how are you? And what's going on for you at the moment? Is there something that you would like to give some focus to tonight?
Yeah, that would be nice. I received your little mail, and that must have been fun. I mean, to receive all that love. I am feeling good, and pain is really much better.
In general?
My physical pain. And on the psychological pain, I don't have any presently. I do with my groups, you know, of grieving people.
Yeah.
And I have one question that came several times.
Yeah.
it's the idea of how do you find the energy of love in your heart when your heart has been so broken.
Yeah.
Like if you have one son and he committed suicide, this mother was telling me, you know, I don't have any love, even for myself or anybody else.
Yeah.
And she's saying, how do you want me to? We made a group and she received it,
Yeah.
but she's so dry. I don't know if it's enough water for
Yeah.
hers, if you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was
I get that. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. So, you know, maybe, you know, just gentleness. You know, even if she can't feel love, she can be gentle with herself. You know, like the same way that you would just touch something or look at something with gentle care, this kind of soft energy it can start to bring, you know, to any
yeah,
that's needed.
yeah.
And like you can say, you know, how even if you are so broken and hurting and disconnected, you know, if you was to hold a kitten, you would still pick it up with like gentleness and softness, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that I told her something like that.
And then the other thing is that, you know, the principle of attention to love, that the more you give attention, the more, you know, energy we give, and, you know, we start to touch the things, the obstacles to love then, and we just
Yes.
look at them, and then the emotions will probably come up as we start to look at them, and that gives a chance to just hold the energy steady, just gentleness. Like if nothing else, if you can't feel love, just look with softness on the place that's hurting. So what you know of their situations, you know, that helps. Do you feel that setting up like that would help somebody, even that is so blocked from their pain, to just start to sit and look? Like, you know, the step we first do is allowing, because, you know, a lot of people are disconnected from themselves in this situation. So when we just say, allow yourself to be where you are, and then just say, where is it hurting? Allow it. And that allowing it kind of lets you start to look at it, and then just bring softness there. You know, and if all somebody did was sit for 15, 20 minutes and looked with soft pain, that would be like progress, major progress.
Yeah.
So can you see that helping those people?
Yes. I have to do that, and to say that, you know, and some people around in the group say that to go slowly, you know, because people would get better, and it takes a long time. So
and if it's like, you know, somebody lost their close relationship, you know, it's okay for it to go slowly. It's okay. They're just the whole process of sitting to shine softness and gentleness on the place that's hurting. Even just to do that is kind of loving yourself. You know, it's soft. It's still bringing an aspect of love for yourself. So until the places that start to show up then as pain, and then again it's allow it, just allow it. Even if it's painful, allow it. Even if it's painful, be with it, and just look with softness, the softest, gentle look to that's hurting. And That's how I would approach it.
That's, yeah. I see what I could do. Yeah. I don't insist as much on just allowing it. Yeah.
Yeah, allow, because even if somebody says I don't feel anything, like I'm completely numb, okay, so allow yourself to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Allow it. Be with yourself as being numb. Allow yourself to be numb and be with yourself in the numb place that you are. And what do you feel numb? Is it everywhere? Okay, so just sit with, just look gently on your numb self. You know, that you're just starting to bring energy to shine into the place. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you know, the issues will come up, the emotions will start to come up then, and
Yes.
will start to show itself. And then again, it's just allowing and being gentle. You know, I get that somebody can't feel love and shine the feeling of love, but actually, you know, I don't know, you know, even somebody completely blocked, you know, and murderous rage can pick up a little, you know, broken bird and kind of hold it softly in its hands, or, you know, there's still a, you know, for most, a glimpse of softness there.
Yes. Yeah.
And then the compassion, you know, maybe they can bring compassion, if not love, you know, for the person who's hurting, for that part of themselves that's suffering, to look with gentleness and compassion for the pain that's been.
Can I say something?
Yeah, do go ahead, Dita.
Yeah, you mentioned, somebody mentioned also like that someone, like one could try to smile at this, like this, because smile is physical, that makes you smile. Like maybe that's also painful, but it's at least some muscle that you can move. I don't know what softness means.
Yeah, and actually that point, you know, that we brought in is the valuing of even that here we are sitting to bring gentle, soft energy to this place. That in itself is valuable, because that's giving love to itself.
Yeah.
And so the smiling that, you know, okay, so we found a moment and a way to start to bring gentleness here where it's needed. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So
okay.
It's like going gently. It's just for those really painful or blocked situations. It's just like it's okay to go gently.
Yeah.
Go softly. Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you do anything to, you know, make any little recordings for them that they could use in between meeting you?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I need somebody to help me do that. And but I have found somebody, so it's going to be done.
Okay.
Good. Yes.
Good.
And probably on a system where the person can go on their, you know, recording their tablet or iPhone. Yeah. So it will be good.
Yeah, good. Okay then. So now last time we were doing a kind of we're doing group healing workshop, and you missed
I saw the pictures.
you missed it, Rosette, but you saw the replay
And the picture.
and the picture. And also Atuk and Karen, you know, who haven't been present, they've also missed out on that, which is an experience which is very beautiful, actually. You know, really, really made a difference to me to be the subject in that. So, so I wanted to suggest two things for tonight. That we spend a moment with the, the group, to give a chance to those who haven't experienced it to have an experience. And then the other point I wanted to, explore with you was like a constellation. Like we've been looking so far at healing ourselves and healing somebody else and healing the aspect. And so what about when there's more than one entity that's involved in this? So can we also shine love in the way that we've learned to do to more than one at once, to the group entity, or a combination, a constellation that's involved? And that might be something, I don't know, that resonate with your situation. That's not just, there was you and your aspect, but there was other people in the constellation at the time. So that might be relevant in your experience. So, so how about we spend a few minutes for first Rosette? Do you have something that we could shine love on for you? And you can just be receiving. And it doesn't have to be something of pain, last week I had like 2 doses, if you like. The first dose was healing the pain. Dose was, well, I didn't have the pain, but I had another dose, and that strengthened me up no end. So it may be just like anything that you would like strengthened in some way, that we can shine love there, even if you don't have a history of pain.
What I'm thinking about is I don't know if it's, I call it maybe anxiety, because regularly I must have tests, and I never know the results of those tests, and I would like to live time, so I'm always with this little anxiety. So if I could find love on that, I think that would be great.
That would be great. Yeah, let's do that then, Dita, shall we? So you take a moment to tune in to where in your body you feel that anxiety when you think about your tests and waiting, and tell us where that is.
I think that would be my throat. When I go for those test results, I feel there is some.
Okay, so you just relax and feel this, feel it where it is, and we'll just tune in then. Okay, Dita. So let's first of all, Dita and I, let's just allow Rosette to have that experience going on first of all. So we're just allowing it to be as it is. And we just ourselves to be with that feeling in the throat, first of all. And then we just start to bring a gentle, soft attention to it. That place in the throat. Holding our attention there, just looking with soft, gentle. Bringing the energy of love to shine in the throat. And as we do, we can enjoy the happiness of the chance that we have to do this. thankful, happy love shining. Thankful for the healing and evolution and the change happening. And just thankful for having the opportunity to shine love to Rosette's throat. Allowing it to be as it is, allowing it to soften, move, release, whatever's happening, just allowing it and finding happy through it. And knowing that those that are joining us on the replay later will also be shining back in time to Rosette's throat. So she'll have multiplied love shining to her throat. And I feel very happy and thankful for that, for Rosette. Just love to your throat. And then as softening and healing starts to take place, a joyful love, celebration love of healing in the throat. With a yay, it's healed already. Celebration, love, and joyful love. And how wonderful is that? Let's just take a moment to pause and check how that's feeling, what's evolving about that anxiety. Is it still there when you think about the test, waiting for the results? How's that evolving?
It's evolving, guys. It's really interesting.
So,
it's like I don't feel it anymore, and
okay, good. Think about your tests and waiting for the results each time.
Yeah.
How do you feel now? You don't feel that anxiety, but how do you feel?
kind of trusting because I do everything that I can. The rest is not my doing.
Okay, so let's spend another moment. Just now we got no blockages, but we got good flow. So feel that trusting of the results, trusting you're doing everything, the trusting feeling in your throat, in your body, and allow it. Okay. So allow that trusting feeling to be there and just receive happy, thankful, joyful love shining right there into that trust feeling. Celebration love.
Yeah.
Hallelujah love. Shining into that place. Soft, happy, thankful, celebration love shining there.
Yeah.
And just receive that into that place. Yeah, allowing it. Woohoo!
Yeah, it's ready. It feels good.
Yeah, I want to go. Yay!
Yeah.
Cheering. Yeah. Great. Great.
It feels larger. I don't know. More space.
Yeah. Yeah. Expansion. Yeah. That's what I got last time as well. Kind of
Yeah.
expanding in that area. Yeah. So.
And stay in the present. I have so many good things in the present. Forget about what happened later.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I'm an organizer, so I would like, to have the date, but I don't have the date. So let's just enjoy what is and
Yeah.
trust the process.
And be in trust. Yeah. And be in trust.
That feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Good. Evolution. Good.
Warm and with space. Expansion. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. It's good experience, isn't it? It's a very nice
It's
experience.
experience. Yeah. Thank you for the both of you. Yeah.
End of that, and also the going into a higher vibration of love.
Yes, that's it.
That makes a difference, doesn't it?
Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So anything else you want to say, just to express what you feel or what's happened or anything else?
Just this feeling that something is opening.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very, very pleasant.
Yeah.
And a warmth.
Yeah.
Warmth, or as you said, something with vibration. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something pleasant. I don't know. Gentle, pleasant. Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Pleasure. It's a pleasure. So, so what would be nice now, as we've got Atul and Karen didn't have a receiving experience, and so we're speaking to you now, Atul and Karen, if you're watching the replay, and like you to take a moment to tune into something that is a issue or pain or stress for you right now, and just take a moment to think, how do I feel about that, and to feel yourself where that is. So we're just going to give a moment for you to tune in there. And as you're tuning into that, the group of us here are going to just be with you and allowing you to be where you're at with this. And just to be with you in this that you're feeling. And as we're with you in this feeling, we bring our soft, gentle attention to you. Just looking to you with softness, with a gentle light of love to shine on you and this place. With a deep thankfulness of having the chance and the moment to do this for you. Smiling our thankfulness that we can share and shine our love. Just allowing yourself to be where you're at and receive this love. Happy love. And thank you. Not just from us here, but in the replay, Janine and Margarita also shining their soft, gentle, thankful, happy love to you where you are, feeling this right now. Holding this place in you, in the light of our love. Just receive. And as any softening or movement or expansion begins, we shine our thankful and joyful and happy love for the softening and the healing. Our celebration love for the healing and the changes taking place right now. Just receive. With our joyful celebration, deeply thankful love shining right there for you. where you are. With our happiness that we have the chance to do this and take this moment for you. Just for you. And more softening and change. Almost we're cheering for the joy of helping to bring this softening, healing, such joyful celebration love shining right there for you. Just receive, nothing else to do, and allow. An even greater gratitude to all that has brought about this moment, that we can be here with you in this moment to bring love to shine here. Joyful, happy, thankful celebration love. To be with you right now. For you. So deep gratitude for all the changes that have taken place. Complete celebration and cheering. Happiness. Love and happiness shining right there for you right now. That is already healed and released. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Wonderful, amazing. Thankfulness for this. And thank you for joining us in this moment to receive our energies of love. Be sure and report back to us later. Okay, thank you for that, to join with me for that, and I'm sure that they'll appreciate that time that we just spent with them. Okay then, how are you doing? How do you feel again in the, from the shining the love point of view? It's great, yeah. Any observation of the experience of, the raising of the energy? I feel like very light after that.
Heat, I feel it's the same temperature, but it increases the heat.
Increase the heat.
Yeah, I feel warmer.
Yeah, good flow, yeah. Okay then, so let's bring some attention onto the idea of the constellation. Which entities are involved in the area that we want to bring healing to. So Dita, you have your particular aspect at that time, one entity, and you also have whatever was who or whatever was around the aspect at the time as a kind of constellation. So can you identify what the entities are?
Yeah, like this was a professional facility where I was working, and there was like quite a lot of people involved. Like,
So have you got, you know, any stones or objects that you can map? You know, map your aspect or map the entities, the people involved onto, and kind of place them in front of you in a,
yeah, I can do that.
yeah, in a kind of relative constellation. And Rosette, I don't know if you have something, you know, maybe if you're okay, maybe there's somebody else you know who has a constellation that might need some to shine on it. You know, one of your grieving clients who's lost their family member, so they have the actually entity of the lost member of the family and themselves, and whatever might be somebody that touches you that you'd like to do something for.
Does it need to be a conflict?
No, and we can just do the same thing, that we're adding more energy to even a good situation. You know, we can strengthen a bubble, a constellation. It doesn't have to be a conflict or pain situation, just one that you'd like to bring more love to it. But what I want to explore in this is that until now we've chosen an entity.
Yeah.
Focus. And I want to look at, well, actually, you can have two entities forming a group bubble of a relationship.
Yeah.
More than one, more than two, being in a group bubble, that maybe the whole group would benefit from shining the energy of love there.
Yeah.
So, for instance, I have a situation from the other day with my husband and his son and the nurse. So, and subject of money. So there's like four things. There's three people, and the concept of the money moving in around. And so if I map each entity onto an object and I place them on the table relative to each other according to the, you know, the love or the stress. So love and connection is close, and more stress or problem is the further away physically. So if you can kind of create the starting point of the constellation with the objects on the table, and then look at which entity or combination of entities would benefit from shining the love. Yeah? So just set that up for yourself.
I can draw it.
Or you can draw it, yeah. So So I'm just showing you my starting point there with the four 4 entities in my constellation there. Can you see those?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just take the similar steps that we've been doing. And when you look at your constellation, what do you feel is the first step of the group to bring the energy of love to? Is it all of it or a subset? You know, is there a sub part of it, or even an individual to begin? So just choose where to shine the love, starting with allowing.
Mm-hmm.
So just first allowing it to be as it is. And I use the energy of my hands when I'm working like this as well. So, so allowing it to be as it is. And looking with soft, gentle love on that constellation. It's just smiling that here we are, shining love right here in thankfulness that we can do this. And when you feel evolution is beginning, you can adjust the objects in their relative position, represent relationship situation after evolution happened. And then choosing the part of the constellation that you want to shine love to. In happiness that we can do this. Shining happy love there. As evolution happens, a celebration love, joyful love, shine. And just adjusting the entities in relation to each compassionate love. Maybe we want to bring compassionate love to this part of the constellation. Be thankful, joyful, celebration love of healing and change.
You just send love. You don't hope for anything specific.
Yeah, just sending love. Yeah, just sending love. And then updating the relative positions after adding love energy, and again raising your own vibration and just adding energy, and then feeling how the relationships change and moving the positions relative to each other to represent the updated situation.
Mhm.
So happy, thankful, joyful, love shining. With the celebration, love, as change begins to happen. And moving positions as evolution happens. Just shining. Happy, celebration, joyful, thankful, love for change having happened. And making adjustments in positions as you feel shifts happening.
The shift is in me, but I have no idea if in this person something is happening.
Yeah, but the shift is in you, and because you are in relationship with the constellation, so you're not separate from the constellation that you're observing. So your own energy about it, as that changes too, is changing the constellation.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so, and you get your perception of how the constellation is, of how the relationships are, is in you. As you connect to all the entities in the constellation, then you have a perception. You're reading that energy, and as you read it through you, you're reading it in a certain way and with certain relationships. So as you then add energy to the constellation, there's also energy comes back to you. So it's a two-way flow, and you're changing yourself in relationship to the
constellation. Okay, yeah.
So the greater constellation evolves.
Okay,
We're
yeah.
not separate for what we're observing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
interesting question actually, but it's interesting. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
So our perception evolves,
Wait.
and that's about our relationship with the entities, with the constellation. So therefore, the entity, the constellations itself must be evolving.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the happiness should shine, the happiness of love shining there, and the gratitude and celebration of change. Yes. Yes. I just want to take a picture of this now. So this was my before. Oops, hang on. Way up. This is my before.
Okay. Yeah.
Oops. And this is my after.
Okay.
Which I feel jolly happy about.
Yeah.
And it feels different. So that constellation feels different. So, on the one hand, yes, it's me that's changed, my feeling in my relationship to the constellation entities. However, that changes the dynamic of the whole thing. So we're connected with, and so there's evolution happens, and therefore our perception of reading the energy evolves. So yeah, quite wonderful. I'm very delighted about that. So how about you, Dita, with your aspect, your beloved aspect, having a hard time back there?
Yeah, something happened. I actually at some point I took out quite a bunch of stones that I have here, and like the whole facility became one entity, because like the aspect was separate and confronted, opposed to the like that whole entity, and a few separate people were also involved, some in there, some further away.
Yeah.
And in the end, like somehow they got closer together, and something, there were actual feelings of kindness and bright energy going on, which I'm not like, I don't know what it means, like, but it felt good to do this. And I have no connection to all these guys, just only the aspect feels better, and
yeah.
And it, also, I feel like somewhat more distant from the aspect in a way, like as time is just like a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it feels helpful and like something shifted.
Yeah.
Something moved. Yeah. And it was interesting. It was I don't feel like like celebration really. Maybe I could try to do a bit more with this.
Yeah.
It's nice
Definite
to do.
evolution.
Also like to
Definitely.
have that. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, a little evolution at least, you know, and
And the
I feel
evolution
how it
that's
changes.
yeah. So the evolution that happened, and now how the aspect is feeling in the new constellation, and how that affects, what does that mean to you in your, you know, marketing, hiding away versus being out there, you know, how that changing itself.
It feels a bit not like in a big way different. I don't feel like the complete reversal being gone, but something feels better, feels
On the move.
uplifted, and maybe I can do more with this because it feels like I could have a feedback from this.
Yeah. Good. Good. How about you, Rosette? Because you drew your constellations to
Yeah. What I learned is that, how can I say that? By sending love to it, it takes away, you know, it's something that happened in my family. I mean, not my, it's between my sister, her son, her daughter, and so on. And the two son and daughter have no relationship, and that makes my sister very unhappy. And I realized that she gets me into her unhappiness. And when I was doing that, it's changing the feeling, and my problem is just sending love, that's all, because I cannot make them do anything else. It's not my place. They are adults, they are free to live their life, but that's what I will do. If it comes in my mind, I will just send this love, and not be drafted into how sad, you know. Just send love. That's all you can do, and that's very important. And then I feel good about them. I mean, you know, they are living their life, and it will be good also when I talk with my sister, because instead of going into it, I will just say, listen, things might change, and just send love. Yeah, I think it's very important.
Allowing and sending love.
Yeah, that's it.
With and that movement within ourselves into the thankfulness, you know, like, you know, moving the state of feeling that you feel when the evolutions happened, you know, the highest state, like, whoa, we did it, you know, celebration, love, we did it, you know, kind of entering, moving into that, and it's like being in the energy of it already healed.
Yeah, that's a very good thing. Yeah.
And because while we are looking at something with our perception of it to be a problem, we're perpetuating it.
Yes, I know.
And so this is an interesting thing to evolve into our state of not just love to shine, because actually there is something more to do. And I wanted to invite the exploration of this, because I know we're coming to the end of our 8 sessions, and there is another dimension, you know, because if we think about, there's love, compassion, and the mercy. So we've been looking at shining love, shining the energy of love to thankful love and happy love, and finding that higher vibration has an effect. And that's where, okay, there's the problem, blockage, and we're just shining love onto it. So this is one dimension, one dynamic of sending energy there, there is another direction of energy flow, which is from it to us. And compassion, what's compassion? Compassion is feeling for the situation that you're observing, not being detached from it and just shining love, but being connected with it and feeling it in a certain way, not feeling it with pain, feeling it with love, connected way, not just being a disconnected shining love at something, but feeling it and evolving our feeling about it into love. And so there's a movement about compassion, and so that is also healing. That's another degree of love, another dimension, degree of love. And I wanted to, and I hope those who are listening in the replay, I wanted to invite you to consider, would you like to go further in, because we're exploring love in this. Yes, we're healing the things we want to heal, but we're exploring different vibration of love and way of shining it and using it. And there's something to discover and learn about love as we're doing that. And my feeling in kind of observing like life and the communities and how people are, is that compassion is not as present as we might like it to be, and there's reasons for that, and so I wanted to ask, would it be an interesting exploration to explore in the ways that we've been exploring healing with love, to discover, well, what is compassion? And if we can move into that movement of compassion, what extra does that bring for the healing? That we can heal with love and compassion in a real. So it's just an idea I wanted to put to you. I think there's more we could explore here, like as a group. If you're interested to kind of go further, we've got time. We've got another session next week to think about it. So I'm going to put that out there, and to the rest who is watching as well, and see if you'd like to do a few more sessions to explore compassion, learn about it, grow it, develop it, and use it in healing as well. Interesting. So, don't look so dumbfounded about that. What's your thoughts about that? What's your response to that?
Me, I agree. I presently explore it with the Buddhist tradition, with this Tonglen, this you take in the suffering and then you transmute it, and then you send loving, altruistic love and compassion.
Yeah.
And it's a kind of meditation. But
Yeah.
I am really open to all the other kind, because Buddhist is not my basic tradition, but now I'm living with Buddhists, so whatever I can learn on that, I agree.
Yeah, it's interesting. What about you, Dieter? What's your thoughts or feelings?
Well, for me, compassion, I have learned about compassion to be like a similar or same thing as a specific form of empathy, and of which I may have had some experiences, like in sessions with Marshall Rosenberg, and also a specific feeling of when listening or like tuning into some person pain and feeling something from that. which is like something like actually a very sweet feeling, and out of that presence with this pain and accepting this pain, and it is like, to me, very meaningful, because that were very intense and joyful experiences, and very like feelings, strong feelings. So that is for me what compassion means.
Yeah. So, well, we can think about that. Is that something, again, it's like this is a forum for us to go and have it and use this time ourselves and for our learning. And so, you know, we have an opportunity. We would like to continue to explore and learn and heal, and, you know, the opportunity to explore about love, I think, is great what we're doing here. So, well, we can decide about later on about that, but I just wanted to put that out there, as I'd be interested, really enjoyed to do something like that. So next week is our last one of the 8, and I had put down to kind of, you know, a little bit of celebration of things, and also, as Margarita had requested, could we do something for the greater good? You know, with our love, is there parts of the world that we want to shine love to? So we could spend some time to give our energy to that. And then a couple of weeks ago, you know, I've read a few poems, and I invited you to consider, you know, maybe you wanted to write something that's emerged from our experiences. So, you know, if you haven't already, you might want to tune into that and see what emerges. And it would be beautiful to share that, what's come from our essence, with each other after our time that we spent together. So I'll put that out to everybody who's here and on the replay. If you want to write or draw or paint or share anything about your experiences, collective experiences, then, you know, we can. Okay then.
Okay.
So thank you.
Thank you to you. It felt beautiful, and I feel good. Thank you.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you. It's the group coming together to make it happen.
Yeah.
Just switch off the record now. So I see you on who's on the replay. We'll see you next time.